Taxes can be really complicated as a small business owner, but one way to make things a lot easier for yourself is to get an employer identification number. Now, a lot of companies out there are going to charge you anywhere from $50 to $500 to actually get you one of these things, but lucky for you, you can get one from the IRS absolutely for free. So in this short video, I'm going to show you how to apply for an EIN or employer identification number from the IRS in just a few minutes so that you can cross this off your list and get on with your life. So let's dive into my computer and I'll show you exactly how to do it. All right, so to start things off, we're just going to go to Google and say free EIN number, okay? And what we're going to see is the first result is irs.gov. You want to make sure you're going to IRS's website. If you're going to somebody else's website, they're probably going to try to charge you money for it. So we'll go to irs.gov. One thing that I want to note here is that you are going to have to go here during their hours of operation. So I know this is a website, but they do have hours. So you'll have to go Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. So we're well within that right now. But all you're going to want to do is just scroll down to this Apply Online Now button. This will get you your EIN assistant, okay? And we're going to say begin application for your EIN. There's really not too much that I want to go through this application. I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing, but there are a couple things that I just want to point out. First off is what type of legal structure is applying for the EIN. So in most cases, it's probably going to be an LLC, but if you don't have a physical or a legal business structure, you'll just say sole proprietorship. We'll say LLC because that's probably more common for what you're doing here. All right, we'll just say continue. How many members in the LLC? So this is where things are going to start to get a little bit interesting. So if you say you have one member LLC, you're going to be treated as a disregarded entity for tax purposes. That's just how LLCs work. So you don't have to worry too much about that, but just know that if you put a 1 in here, and we'll just say we're in Arkansas, it's going to say that you are considered a single member LLC and a disregarded entity for the purposes of taxes. So basically, we don't have to get into the whole tax consequences of LLCs here, but that's just something to keep in mind. We'll say continue. In most cases, you're going to say started a new business because you're probably starting a new business if you are applying for an EIN. And then from here on out, it's really just personal information. I mean, you can do all of this stuff. You can authenticate your identity, give your address, details, whatever. And at the end of this process of applying for EIN, they're going to send you an EIN letter. Okay, it's very important that you print this thing out. Okay, a PDF is going to pop up on your screen. It is imperative that you print this PDF, okay? Because you're going to need this for so many different things, whether it's applying for a business bank account, business credit card. The reason the PDF is so important is because it has the 3 pieces of information that all financial institutions are going to need from you, okay? That's your business name, your business address, and your EIN. All 3 of those things on one piece of paper that is official by the IRS standards, like very, very valuable thing. Save that to your computer, print that thing out, like have multiple copies of this thing in easy to access places because it's going to make your life a ton easier if you have one of these things on hand. I've used mine so many times just to verify my business because if you don't have one of these things, you'll need to come up with like a water bill plus like a bank statement plus like all of these different things that are just like way, just things that you might not even have. So make sure that you save the EIN letter when it pops up on your screen. But really, that's the whole video, okay? It's very, very easy to apply for an EIN and to get an EIN for free as a small business. Now, the next thing you should do is click the subscribe button down below and check out this video over here where I talk about business credit cards for beginners. So once you have your EIN and your LLC set up, you can start learning about business credit cards and applying for them to start building your business's credit.